Few cities in Belgium have a colorful history as Liege. It was built around a chapel after the murder of a local bishop. It turned the site into something of a pilgrimage destination. This led to the creation of a principality ruled by bishops that survived the 10th century Europe for the next 800 years. Always known for their liberal leanings, the Liegists were leaders of the revolution against Dutch rule, and today their city serves as the capital of French-speaking Wallonia. When a modest Christian chapel was built along the banks of the Meuse River in the year of 558 AD, the history of Liege truly began. The murder of Saint Lambert, the bishop of Tongeren, at the same chapel in the early years of the 8th century turned the site into a popular pilgrimage place, since Lambert was considered a martyr for Christianity. Belgian cities typically have different names in French and Dutch, and occasionally in English and German too. Liege has the unique distinction of being translated in a dozen European languages, more even than Rome, Paris, or London. Furthermore, Liege has various historical names in French too. In fact, the city's name in French was spelled Liege in 1946, which shows a slight evolution in the pronunciation. The Battle of Liege was a World War I military engagement fought between the Belgian forces and the German Imperial Army from August 5th to August 16th, 1914. When the last Belgian fort finally surrendered, the Battle of Liege was not only the opening battle of the German invasion into Belgium, but it was also the first land battle of the Great War. As Germany wanted to avoid a two-front war that would sap and divide the strength of its army, the Schlieffen plan was conceived to strike quickly in the west to defeat France first, as had been done successfully in the Franco-Prussian War of 1870. Then deal with Russia in the east. In order to do this, neutral Belgium had to be attacked and crossed within a few days. But there were two problems with this plan. One, the violation of the neutrality of Belgium will possibly make the United Kingdom enter the war of France's side. Two, also the highly fortified city of Liege was in the path of the German forces. On August 4th, 1914, as the Germans made their way into Belgium following the Schlieffen plan, 6 infantry brigades and 2 cavalry divisions under the command of General Otto von Emmerich detached from the Germany Second Army to smash quickly through the defenses of Liege. The city of Liege was the gateway into the country, lying between Limburg and the Ardennes. It was defended by a ring of 12 heavily armed fortifications built on high ground, 6 on each side of the Meuse River, each 3 kilometers apart. The strongholds had a total of 400 retractable guns, up to 210 millimeters in size. To some extent, these forts offset the relatively small force of 70,000 men under the command of General Gerard Lima. In the early hours of August 5, the Germans attacked against Fort Bakken, sustaining heavy losses and making little progress. Instead of attacking the forts, Otto von Emmerich's staff officer Erich called in the use of zeppelins to drop bombs in the citadels. Then the personally led a brigade through 2 forts and into the city, forcing a garrison to surrender on August 7th. However, the Germans could not continue their advance through Belgium without first taking all the other forts. In order to accomplish this mission, the Germans introduced a weapon which until that point remained unknown to the Allies. Austrian-built 17-inch howitzers with the significant aid of the howitzers and the full 20mm Big Bertha howitzer The strong hills were finally captured on August 16, 1914. On August 17th, the German Second Army, along with the First and Third, began a wide sweeping movement through Belgium, forcing the Belgian army back to Antwerp. Brussels itself was captured without resistance by General Alexander von Kluck, Commander-in-Chief of the First Army, on August 20, 1914. Liège eventually fell to the Germans on August 15, but only after they had brought up the most powerful land weapons in their arsenal, enormous sage cannons, one type of cannon built by the Austrian munitions firm Skoda. The heavy shelling of Liège began on August 12th. On August 15th, after taking 11 of Liège's 12 forts and exploding the walls of 12, Fort Lincoln with a shell, Emmett and his comrade Eric entered Lincoln to find Liège commander General Gerard Lehmann alive but unconscious. The main German advance through Belgium towards France began 3 days later on August 18th. Fearful of civilian resistance, especially from snipers shooting at them from behind positions in trees and bushes, German troops from the first day in Belgium took a hard line against the native population. As early as August 5th, the Germans had begun not only the shooting of ordinary civilians, but the deliberate execution of Belgian priests whom German propaganda at home insisted were encouraging sniper activity. In total, German troops killed 5,521 civilians in Belgium and 896 in France, earning Germany the full measure of Belgian hatred and damning it in the eyes of many foreign observers. The steadfast Belgian resistance, meanwhile, at Liège and elsewhere during the German advance, would earn the small country and its valiant king the world's respect and provide a shining example and a rare recourse to the other allied nations, then entering what would become Europe's most devastating conflict. Impatient with this slow progress, on August 7, Eric, a member of the General Staff who was sent to the field because of his difficult personality and who would go on to become one of Germany's army's most successful commanders, staged a daring raid into Liège itself. After dashing into the city, Eric strode up to the gate of the citadel, an absolute fortress in the center of town, and simply knocked on the door, demanding its surrender, which he received. The fall of the citadel gave the Germans control of the town, including the all-important bridges across the Meuse, which the Belgians had dynamited before withdrawing. Eric's single-handed capture of the citadel quickly became a thing of legend, propelling him to the top of the short list of officers waiting for army commands.